The iPhone versus Android debate has been a heated topic between tech enthusiasts ever since Android first arrived on the scene, copying Apple. But as we all know, the copying has gone both ways over the past 15 plus years, to the point now where the differences between the two platforms are getting smaller and smaller. These days, it's less about picking the best individual phone and more so about which ecosystem you prefer. And when I say ecosystem, I don't just mean owning a bunch of different products from the same company. I'm talking about how do these devices interact with each other to elevate the overall user experience. And for me, there remains one feature that no matter how good an Android smartphone is, I can't give up my iPhone. And that feature is the Mac. Okay, technically it's not the Mac, but also technically it is. Technically it's not one feature, it's a whole suite of features Apple calls continuity. What is continuity? It's more than just cloud-based storage and syncing content across your devices. Both iCloud and Google do this very well. Instead, continuity goes further, and it's more about how you, the user, can switch between your devices and continue doing whatever you're doing effortlessly. So now I'm going to show you some of these features, and then I'll let you know which one, if I had to pick just one, makes the iPhone for me better than every Android out there. And since Apple keeps adding more and more continuity features every year, even if you're already a part of the Apple ecosystem, you may not know all of these. So first off, two very popular features that are technically a part of continuity are AirPlay and AirDrop. These alone are very hard to give up. AirPlay works with both video and audio content, so you can seamlessly cast or mirror whatever is on your device onto any AirPlay-enabled TV or even onto your Mac. AirDrop lets you wirelessly transfer files, photos, or videos between any nearby Mac, iPhone, or iPad. You can even now initiate AirDrop between two iPhones just by bringing them close together. And if it's a really large amount of data, the transfer will continue over the internet when you step out of range. Alright, so AirPlay and AirDrop. What else can continuity do? Well, you can make and receive phone calls on your Mac, iPad, or Apple Watch. Not only that, but text messages too. Everyone here in the United States at least always talks about how great iMessage and the blue bubbles are. But you can send and receive SMS messages too, the green bubbles, from all your devices. So it doesn't matter what device you're currently using or what device your friend is using, all your messages are synced across all your devices. This even includes those SMS passcodes you get when signing into certain websites. You know how great that autofill feature is on your iPhone? That works on the Mac too. If you have a personal hotspot as part of your iPhone or iPad data plan, they will automatically appear in the Wi-Fi menu on your Mac, allowing you to create an instant hotspot whenever you're without Wi-Fi. You can auto-unlock your Mac when wearing an Apple Watch. No need to type in your password. Okay, and then there's Handoff, which is a feature I don't think enough people in the Apple ecosystem take advantage of. Handoff allows you to seamlessly pick up whatever you're doing on one device on another. So let's say you start writing an email on your Mac, but then you need to walk away. Just open up the app switcher on your iPhone and tap the banner at the bottom of the screen to pick up right where you left off. On your Mac or iPad, an icon for whatever app you're currently using on a different device will appear in the dock. It'll even have a little badge to indicate which device it's handing off from. Just click or tap it to pick up where you left off. Next is one of my favorite recent features, Continuity Camera. This lets you use the high-quality cameras in your iPhone as your Mac webcam. It does require you to prop up your phone somewhere with either a MagSafe accessory or a stack of books. I use this old broken iPhone tripod mount a lot, and of course sometimes I use my working tripod mount. Once you're using it, you'll have options in the menu bar for enabling center stage, which is the feature that makes sure you always stay in frame, portrait and studio lighting effects, reactions, there's a top-down desk view which is pretty cool, and even some presenter views if you're giving a presentation. You can even now use this on newer Apple TVs with the FaceTime app. My Apple TV doesn't support this feature, but I'm seriously considering upgrading just for this feature alone. You can even use SharePlay and Split View to set up the best remote watch party possible. A little less exciting but still cool is the ability to use your iPhone or iPad to take a picture or scan a document and have it instantly appear on your Mac. You can also use the markup tools on your iPhone or iPad, especially with an Apple Pencil, to edit a document you're currently working on your Mac. Next really cool feature is called Sidecar, which lets you use your iPad as a secondary display to expand your workspace. You could also use your iPad as a graphics tablet, meaning you can take full advantage of the Apple Pencil within Mac apps. But even when you're not using your iPad as a secondary display, you can still control it with your Mac or vice versa with something called Universal Control. This lets the cursor from your Mac or iPad extend onto the other device, giving you complete control of both of them. So it doesn't matter which keyboard, trackpad, or mouse you're using, you can control both devices simultaneously and even drag and drop files between them. Okay, now as cool as all that is, if I had to pick one continuity feature that would make it impossible for me to switch to Android, it's Universal Clipboard.
Now, wow, gasp.
I use this all the time, to the point where I don't care how good your Android smartphone is. If I can't copy something on it and then immediately paste it on my Mac, I'm out. It's not just text, it's photos and videos and files and links. It's a small feature, but when added up, it saves me so much time. So that's continuity. And if you're an Android user watching this, you may be saying, Android can do some of those things too, or there are workarounds for some of these, or so long as you're a part of the Samsung ecosystem. And sure, that's all true, but the problem is, they don't work with the Mac. Sometimes they don't work with the computer at all. And for me, the center of an ecosystem is not the smartphone, it's the computer.
What's a computer?
And Google doesn't make its own computer, except for, Chromebooks. But if you want to use professional desktop apps, you really only have two options, Mac or Windows. And since the Windows Phone didn't work out, the cohesive experience between a Windows PC and a smartphone doesn't really exist. And even if you prefer Windows, it's not like you can mix and match any device from the Android ecosystem either. You kinda have to choose a specific company, like Samsung, to start getting some of these same features. And I do think Samsung has made the most effort in this regard with their Galaxy Books, but even then, they're still relying on two separate companies to create two separate operating systems, and then they're adding some features on top of it. Whereas Apple controls both the hardware and software for all their products, so there's no need to mess with settings or install third-party apps or tools. It all just works right out of the box.
It sounds like you have a lot of stuff to do before you do any stuff, so I'm just gonna get started because I'm kind of excited. Let me know when you're ready.
And I get it. Maybe for you, a desktop computer isn't that important, or you want your smartphone to be your primary computer. In which case, you might be able to make a legitimate claim, Android is better than iPhone. But I don't think anyone can make the claim, Android with a PC is better than iPhone with a Mac. Let me know down in the comments if you agree, or if you have a single feature that makes it impossible for you to switch sides, let me know about that as well. If you want to see me make the case for why iPhone names don't make sense, check that video out next. I'm Nick Bradley. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.